Hello my friends and welcome to today's video. I'm Jeanette with Vivo Vintage Designs. In today's video I wanted to talk to you about these little bottles of alcohol and ink that I use all the time. I get asked a lot of questions about how much alcohol to ink, and I thought I would do a video explaining my process and why I use these bottles. So this all started when I would have a bottle like this. This is pitch black and it's empty. It's almost empty. I can't even squeeze it. It's also clogged. So I started removing these tips like that. And then I would take my alcohol because I wanted to use every single drop of ink. So I would pour some alcohol into it. Not measuring, just squeezing it in there, putting the lid back on it, shaking it up, and softening the ink that's in there, like this, making sure I get it all, and then putting it into these little bottles so that I wasn't being wasteful. These inks are not cheap, so I thought this was a great way to use every single little drop. And then I would just pour them into these little bottles and get every single drop of ink I possibly could out of these bottles. And now you can just toss this. Let me just put that back. Okay. Now you can see I've had these bottles for a while and they've lasted me a good long time. In fact, this one here, it's literally coming apart and I just keep pushing that back there, pushing it back in, and it still just pours nicely. And what's nice about these is I doubt that you can see it, but what I've done is I've laid it down on a counter flat like this, and I used a hammer to smash the tip and make it a little bit flatter so it releases even less alcohol and ink, and that seems to work very nicely for me. And now the reason I prefer to use these, not just because it saves me, I get to use every drop of ink in the bottle, but because when I first started, I would put down the ink, then drop the alcohol on top of it, and then blow out my flower. By combining the alcohol with the ink, it saves time, and I love the effects that I get. So I'm going to demonstrate for you exactly what I mean. So let's start this flower with some pitch black. We'll put that right in the center. I made a mess. That's okay. Let's dry it. And then let's get a blue. Let's try a little aquamarine. So the way I would do my flowers in the past is I would put down the ink, then I would put down some alcohol, and then use my compressor to blow out the petals. And that's fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But I find this to be a lot easier. To just put down the mix, let it sit a moment, and blow out my petals. Now, if you want to use these bottles and you want a heavier consistency or a brighter color, all you have to do is add, let's start by making this lighter. You see what it looks like with the mix that I have right now. If I add more alcohol to it, oh, that's pretty. By adding more alcohol to it, I will make my petals lighter. So let's... petals are a little bit lighter. Now, if I want to make them darker, all you have to do is add more ink, and I give it a good squirt. So this started out as a way to use every drop of ink, and it turned out to be the way I prefer to create my flowers. So I've added a little bit more, well, not a little, but a lot more ink to this. Shake it up. And these little bottles also come with these little caps, which I never use, that goes over the needle. It's a little silicone attachment. They're easy to attach, but I never use them. All right, so I've mixed a little bit more blue in here. And you can see how much more vibrant the petals are. And what's nice about this too is that you can combine your colors. Let me get another sheet of paper. It's just so much easier, I find. Let's put another bit of pitch black here. Let's let it dry. And another thing is that I don't use any color blue. This is sailboat blue, aquamarine. But even if I had sailboat blue with just a couple of drops in it, I just put the alcohol, and I do the same thing that you saw me do with this bottle before. And my blues go into this bottle, any reds into this one, and so forth. So what I find a lot of fun to do with this is that you can use two colors. Here I've got a purple and I've got a blue, and you can alternate whatever colors you like, of course. So put down some blue, put down some purple next to it, and blow out your petals. And you get a beautiful combination. They blend so nicely. So you can see how pretty that is with the two different colors. And of course you can use any combination you like, but it's a very simple way to get some wonderful effects and create some beautiful flowers and use every drop of ink that you possibly can. So I hope that this answered your questions. Let me know if you have any more questions or if there's anything I didn't answer in this video. I'll always get back to you. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, please consider joining our Facebook group, Vivo Vintage Design Tutorials, where you can share your version of the techniques and tutorials learned on this channel. I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!